You're back with another one. This time we got the worst draft day comparisons from every year by Austin Sweat. Make sure y'all like the video, comment, subscribe. Last time I did a Austin video, it was pretty good, but I had like one big thing because he said something about Kyrie being Muslim was a distraction, and I was just like, whoa, wait, what? that doesn't really equate, but other than that, it was really solid video. So I'm
We're going back
back for
looking
more.
at the
So let's
worst
get
draft
it.
day comparisons from every single year since 2000. And we're getting all of our comparisons today from NBADraft.net and using the ones they provided. There's some that are bad, some that are terrible, and some that may just leave you flat out.
I miss Ben Simmons
And starting
playing.
things
I'm not
off
gonna lie.
extremely hot. Leading up to the 2000 NBA draft, NBADraft.net had Deshaun Stevenson's draft day comparison as Michael Jordan, which many fans
Hell
have
no.
labeled as the worst comparison
Hell
of
no.
all time. Listen, I think it's no coincidence that Deshaun was also then taken with a 23rd overall pick that year, but that's the only connection these two have. Like, I get it, he idolized Kobe and modeled his game after him, but he was coming into the league out of high school. Not only did they compare someone to MJ, but they compared a high school kid to him. Then he went and averaged 11, 3, and 1 in his best season, mostly being known as a role player and a decent defender. Apparently what they saw in him early on was that he was a great dunker and an extremely gifted athlete who was an advanced scorer for his age. But obviously there wasn't that much
He
of
could
that.
have been. I mean, that's not bad, but I never believe the draft day comparisons whenever they say like big names like Kevin Durant, Michael Jordan. Because didn't they compare Brandon Ingram to Kevin Durant or something like that? And like, their it's their body type is similar, but I don't see it. I don't see it.
things rolling and it stays bad. And Eddie Curry was another player scouted and drafted out of high school. Well, he went 4th overall thanks to his comparison being Shaq. I get it, he was a 7-foot, 300-pound high school kid, so of course he dominated all the other kids. And that was enough for scouts to say that he would be like Shaq and that would carry over to the league. Honestly, he was a solid center for a couple years, but definitely no Shaq, and it was just a cheap comparison.
Wait till it gets to
Also
where
in
I started
2001,
watching
Kwame
basketball.
Brown was coming into the NBA,
Just wait.
and scouts
Ooh.
had him as a cross between Karl Malone and Chris Webber. So basically
Dang.
the size of Malone with the versatility of Chris, which as we know didn't happen at all. And that was 2 top 4 picks this year picked based solely off their size.
And
Now,
you know what? I'll
2002
be
was
mad
full
if he
of some of
compared
the
me to
most
Karl
terrible
Malone.
picks imaginable. So I'll run through these a little quicker. Yao Ming, the 7'6" first overall pick, was compared to Rick Smits. I feel like this was just based on Rick being the only fitting player based on his size. DeJuan Wagner was decent in high school and college, while his NBA career ended because of injuries after only 100 games. He
Dang,
still should
that's a
have
shame.
never been compared to Allen Iverson, though. Maury Stoudemire's comparison doesn't make sense at all looking back, seeing that it was Ben Wallace, and they just keep going downhill. We all remember Nene, right? Solid traditional power forward.
Don't
Nene
say it.
came off the bench. Well, he was compared to Hakeem Olajuwon.
Ain't no
The only
way.
similarities was
Ain't
that
no way. Someone thought Nene was Hakeem Olajuwon. Ain't no way. Nene is good. Nene not going. No, Nene not giving you buckets like that. Nene gonna be there. He's gonna give you size. He's not giving you
these
buckets.
two have is that they're international players. While Mike Dunleavy Jr., when he was in the NBA, he was like a Gordon Hayward type player. But before the draft, he was compared to be Larry Bird. In
Bro,
2003,
the
Darko
safest
Milicic
pick is to be Mike Dunleavy. Not
was
you
infamously
know.
overhyped and thought to be the next Dirk Nowitzki, which is just sad and stupid. In 2004, if it hadn't happened by now, scouts lost all credibility when comparing Dwight Howard to Kwame Brown. I don't get it. You overhype Kwame, then he's a bust, then you use him to compare Dwight Howard to, who turns into a Hall of Fame level player. Just can't get anything right. In 2005,
real.
there weren't a ton of terrible
Ooh.
comparisons, but at first, for the first half of his career,
Darren
comparing
Williams.
Darren Williams to Andre Miller did look like it. But then the second half of Darren's career, he was looking a lot more like Andre. So, I mean, it only took him 10 years, but I will say they eventually got this one right. One of the most infamous comparisons of all
That was the
time.
biggest
came in
fall off I've ever
2006.
seen.
Now listen, I get it. Adam Morrison seemed like a star in Gonzaga. He had some wild games and led the NCAA in scoring his final year. But it's these dudes' only job to get these right, and they said he was the next Larry Bird. Then he came in and basically only played 2 seasons in the NBA before he was gone. Then he went to play overseas for only 2 more seasons before retiring at 27. Man, what a turn of events. NBA scouts also compared Gerald Green to Tracy McGrady straight out of high school because of his extreme athleticism and ability to get to the basket. with
Gerald
ease.
Green
I
could
mean,
have
it
been
makes
really
sense. He was
much
the
better than
number
he
1
was.
overall prospect in high school that year. And he was supposed to be a very high lottery pick too, but only gave workouts to certain teams, so he dropped down in the draft. So he had everyone fooled, and it shows why most teams still need to see players go to college first. In 2007, Greg Oden deserved to be at least a top 2 pick in that draft, based on how good he was in college. And not even looking at his NBA career, I still feel like comparing him to a cross between David Robinson and Bill Russell was way too much. Like, how good did you think this dude was gonna be? For 2008, there's just something something about the difference between college and the NBA that throws a lot of players off. Like Michael Beasley, he was a dominant superstar in his 1 year at Kansas. It's hard to argue that he didn't deserve to be drafted second overall that year. So NBA scouts were comparing him to Carmelo Anthony, and that wasn't terrible at the time. Now, looking back, it was. He was just never that guy in the league. Moving ahead to 2000.
We can't really take hindsight into how we jump from 2005 to 2009. I haven't been paying attention to the years. I've just been looking at the players. It's not really that bad of a draft day comparison if they actually played like that player at the time, but then fell off. Like, we can't use hindsight because then that's just kind of cheating. Because of course we're gonna say that was a bad pick, but like if you legit played like that player, like you lived up to the hype at first, and then you got hurt and you just stopped playing that well, then that's not a bad draft day comparison. You got potential to be like that player.
He's a 7'3" foreign monster defender who averaged 4 blocks a game in college at UConn. And can the league stop getting fooled by these players? The defense and shot blocking usually doesn't translate to the league. It didn't for Nerlens Noel, Porzingis, and probably won't all the way for Chet Holmgren either. Which is why they should have known not to compare Hashim to Dikembe Mutombo. Especially
Hashim
the fact that he wasn't good on offense at all. Teams should have known better to stay away. In 2010, the worst was scouts in NBADraft.net comparing Evan Turner to Brandon Roy. They spent his entire draft report talking about how amazing of a scorer he was, similar to Brandon. Then he came in the league and barely ever averaged double digits. Another bad 2010 comparison was comparing Greg Monroe to Lamar Odom. Yes, because the 260-pound center was going to come in the league and play like Lamar Odom. Apparently he could and did do it all in college, with passing, scoring, rebounding, blocking shots, and getting steals. But in the NBA, we only saw 2 of those. The 2011 draft day comparison.
Honestly, Greg Monroe was that mid-range money guy. I remember him. I remember Greg Monroe. I didn't watch Lamar Odom play. That was before I started watching basketball. But like that, Greg Monroe is that man from mid-range. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Person of saying Enes Kanter was going to be like Al Horford is just laughable and makes no sense even for at the time. 2012 must have been a great year for scouts losing their jobs because here's what we had. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist getting compared to Andre Iguodala, Jeremy Lamb and Reggie Miller, and Draymond Green and Jared Dudley. I mean, come on. The one that obviously stands out here is Jeremy Lamb and Reggie Miller. And scouts really thought Jeremy Lamb was going to be a superstar. Move up to 2013, and here's a couple of the worst ones in the past decade right away. Scouts thought Giannis was going to be a player like Nicholas Batum. And I mean, I could see it, but he's only been like 1,000 times better, and it's their job to have seen that coming. Well, Ben McLemore.
No, that's not fair because nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw that this level coming. Like, of course, you can see like, oh, he's good, he's long, he's good, he's gonna be, a certain level, but no one's gonna see 2-time MVP out of what he was before. He was really small, skinny, timid. No one saw this coming. Nobody saw all this coming.
Into the league, they thought he was going to be like a Ray Allen, which was never even close to
Ben McLemore.
He's a decent shooter, but he's at the end of most benches in the league. For 2014, apparently Dante Exum was supposed to be the next Penny Hardaway, and he was similar to Penny Hardaway after he got injured. With 2015, there was just some terrible.
Nah, what's really a shame is how in 2K14, I'm pretty sure they hyped up the. Why am I forgetting his name already? That's how sad it was. Dante Exum. They hyped up Dante Exum, made him your rival, and he came in the league and did nothing. He has so many haters because of 2K. Like, they really made him a jerk in the game, and he came and played like not like we was expecting, not like our rival. I'm over here dropping 60-point triple doubles. This man over here talking trash still. I'm like, all right, bet Dante. Looking at him in real life, I was like, oh, dang, Dante, you fell off. They did him dirty.
Sam Decker being the next Gordon Hayward, and Emmanuel Mudiay being the next John Wall, both of which are now under 30 years old and playing overseas. I mean, Emmanuel Mudiay had similar athleticism to John Wall. You'd see him out on the court, and he would move like Wall, but that was about it. Then we get to 2016, and well, old Benjamin Simmons, compared to LeBron James and Lamar Odom.
Yeah, the LeBron James one was fairly accurate just because it's passing, but he didn't have it. I'm gonna be honest.
Get it? You can see we're at the beginning of his
But no, that was a good comparison.
Kind of made sense. Well, you can also see right now why it's completely wrong. And in his draft report, they were spot on about something. Despite being a good scorer, he lacks a reliable jump shot. His form doesn't have any glaring mechanical flaws, but it's apparent that it's the one element of his game that he isn't completely confident in. And all those are right on point. Well, let's look where his draft report turns sour. These were under strengths. He's a hard-working kid, well-spoken, confident kid who apparently has no trouble being a vocal leader and a strong communicator. communicate. Level-headed, mature kid who seems to battle through adversity with ease, does not lose his cool or get down when things get challenging. Alright, I'm done. I get it. It would have been hard to see all those things coming for Simmons, but this one's just too good looking back on. 2017.
But then again, that's hindsight again. You can't use hindsight because it's just like no one saw this coming. Ben Simmons for this first like 5 years in the league, nobody was saying anything besides he need to learn how to shoot. And then, but now everyone was just like, dog, Ben, shoot the ball. Like his mental, like it all caught up to him. Of course, it's going to happen. Everybody in the world's telling him to shoot the ball, and he's still not shooting the ball, and it's just like something he's not comfortable in. So of course it's gonna get into his head.
It was a busy year for failed draft reports. We had Josh Jackson getting compared to Kawhi Leonard, Donovan Mitchell thought to be the next Norman Powell, and Markelle Fultz planning on being the next James Harden. If you watch Josh Jackson's game for about a minute and a half, I could see the Kawhi comparison, especially to him early on. But if you keep watching any longer than that, then obviously it's completely off. So they must have come up with this one after watching a Hoop mixtape. Donovan Mitchell.
Didn't Josh Jackson go to like 5 different teams? Jackson. Glad it's pulling up. 2 years in Phoenix, 1 in Memphis, 1 in Detroit, 1 in Toronto, 1 back. 39 games played in Detroit again, and then 12 in Sacramento. I'm sorry, Josh Jackson. What is his field goal? Points per game, I mean. 3-point attempted. Dang. Am I tripping? Where's his points per game? Field goal percentage, field goal attempted. Oh, okay. It's all the way down here. That's a weird place to put it. 13, 11, 9, 13. Oh, he came back. He started hooping in Detroit again, at least points-wise. I mean, a little bit. 13 is not bad. 13.4 is really not bad, honestly. For, how old is he? Where's the age? For a 23-year-old and a 20-year-old, that's not bad. Anything below 10, though, you kind of, it's like, oh, okay. Like, Memphis was not a good fit for him, apparently. Detroit, Sacramento, I mean, he only played 12 games. How many minutes per game? 10? That's not good. Oh, 25 minutes and 13 points? That's not good. And again, with Detroit, okay, yeah, that's not good. You gotta, I don't know, 25 minutes, you gotta do a little something. What is else? Assists? Nope. Barely. Rebounds. Was he a good rebounder? Not a shot blocker. Rebounder. Defensive, offensive, total rebounds. Yeah, he was average. I mean, he could probably still make a roster spot, but there's better players in the league, so okay, that does make sense. But yeah, he got traded.
Surprised a lot of people, really only the Utah Jazz saw how good Mitchell was going to be ahead of time. I could see some aspects of Norman's game in Mitchell, so I guess I get it. Then, of course, no one could have seen Markelle Fultz's self-destruction coming. It's crazy that he was getting these kinds of comparisons, too. Was living the dream and got to be picked first overall, and then just never had a healthy season in the NBA. And now he could still become a great player one day, but he'll never be first overall pick, college level Markelle Fultz again. 2018 was a little interesting.
Well, hold up. He could. He's still very young. He could just, like, it could all just click back together. Because Markelle has the potential. That's why I'm a fan of the Magic, this Magic team. Not the Magic, but this Magic team. Because they have a lot of potential. This Magic team is nice. Hold up. Especially the Pelicans, too. Pelicans. Roster. I was pulling that up before I forget. Magic roster. Let's see. Cole Anthony is a beast already. Like he can get better. Paolo, he's going to help this team a lot. Mo Bamba, honestly, I think Mo Bamba needed a new change of scenery. This place is not good for him. Bol could have been. I don't know what's going on with Bol. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not following Bol. Where is it? Wendell is good. Yeah, that's why Mo Bamba needed a trade because Wendell is on here and Wendell know how to hoop. Markelle, RJ Hampton is cool. Gary Harris, I don't know why he signed back. Jonathan Isaac, if he's not injured, he's very good on the team. He need to go somewhere else. Honestly, Jonathan Isaac kind of tripping. Honestly. I don't know if he really need to be on this team. Terrence Ross need to go too. I don't know why Terrence Ross here. Terrence Ross need to go. He need to be on a contender. Terrence Ross too good to be over here slumming it with the Magic. The Wagner. Wait, they got both? When did they get both? I thought one of them were on the Wizards. Or am I tripping? Was I tripping? I don't ever go on overview, no. Career projections? Nope. I'm just gonna do this. Go to basketball reference. I know that much more. Okay, yeah, he was on a different team. So Lakers, Wizards, Toronto. I knew he was on the Wizards because I remember a story about him like getting a tech with somebody. It was on JJ Redick's podcast. And Franz is the other one. Oh, are they even related? I don't even know if they're related or not. Paste and go. And yeah, he's the rookie. He's the good one. He's the one that But that was off topic. The though they're gonna be filthy. They're going to be filthy. The Magic eventually, if they get all the pieces together. Now this team is going to be dirty. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be watching a lot of Pelicans games next year, especially with Zion back. Got Brandon Ingram hooping out. I'm not sure about Jackson Hayes. You know, Jackson Hayes got some personal issues to deal with. Devontae Graham, he can get a bounce back season. See Jose Alvarado, I'm a fan of his now. Herb Jones, I'm a fan of his after the playoffs. Kira Lewis Jr. I actually don't remember anything from Kira Lewis Jr. EJ Liddell, he just got drafted. They don't even picture, so it definitely just got drafted. Tony Snell, Mr. 000, in 30 minutes. That was crazy. He's probably not getting no minutes. He's probably a roster filler. Valanciunas, now he's on his last year of his deal, I think, so he's gonna be hooping out. Let me see. Is he on his last year still? Where do you see contract? And just like that, I don't care. Okay. Either way, this team gonna be filthy. This team is going to be
another
filthy.
guy that was thought to be a potential big star and a great defender. So much so that he was compared to Rudy Gobert. And he started to go the other route. Listen, this comparison was pretty off, but I do get it.
That's
the
hilarious.
fact that Mo shot 40% from 3 this year is something to really keep your eyes on. If he keeps progressing like this, he could start making some noise. Then, of course, the infamous one in 2018, Luka Doncic was compared to both Hito Turkoglu and Tony Kukoc. People thought he was going to be a stretch 4 type of guy.
That's not that bad.
Handles. Well, a better comparison now would have been a cross between Larry Bird and LeBron James. Of course, he's not that good, but he has that type of style, especially since he's a point guard. And him coming into the league was weird. There was a lot of people saying that he'd be pretty good, but he's coming from overseas, so they didn't know too much. And there were very few other people saying that he was going to be a real superstar right away. But then finally, for 2019, Tyler Hero was thought to be a cross between Nick Stauskas and Joe Harris.
The Luka original comparison was not that bad, honestly. Like, when I think of a bad draft day comparison, I think of like Ben McLemore and Reggie Miller kind of thing. Like, this is not that bad.
So basically, a guy that could dribble some and maneuver around the court, but also shoot really well. And he destroyed those comparisons in his rookie season. I would do 2020 and 21 comparisons, but I still think it's just a little too early to overreact to a couple of these. I think it takes at least 3 good years to get an idea of who most guys will be. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.
Okay, that's not bad. It's like when I see like a draft day comparison, like if you outshine your comparison, then that's good. That's a good draft. Like then it's like, oh okay, they got it wrong, but they underestimated him. When you overestimate, that's when I'm like, oh no, that's not. That's a bad comparison. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed. Austin, that was a good video. I hope y'all enjoy. Make sure y'all like the video, comment, subscribe. And I'm out. Bye.